Economists use a variety of tools to measure poverty, which can be grouped into two main categories: unidimensional and multidimensional. Unidimensional tools focus on a single metric, typically income or consumption, while multidimensional tools consider a broader range of human deprivations. 1. Unidimensional measures: income, consumption-based. These tools rely on a poverty line, a threshold that represents the minimum income or consumption needed to meet basic needs. Absolute poverty line: a fixed threshold that stays constant over time, adjusted only for inflation. It's used to measure extreme poverty, such as the World Bank's international line of $2.15 per day. Relative poverty line: a threshold set as a percentage of a society's median income, e.g., 60% of the median. It's used to measure poverty in relation to the general standard of living and is common in developed nations. Once a poverty line is set, economists use the Foster-Greer-Thobeker (FGT) indices to measure the extent and severity of poverty. The FGT family of measures, also known as the P_alpha class, provides a flexible framework where the parameter alpha determines the focus of the measurement. The general formula is where n equals total population, h equals number of people below the poverty line, z equals poverty line, y_i equals income of person I, and alpha equals a parameter. Alpha equals 0, head count ratio, p_0. This is the simplest and most common measure. It's the percentage of the population living below the poverty line. It's easy to understand but doesn't show the depth of poverty. Alpha equals 1, poverty gap index, p_1. This measure calculates the average income shortfall of the poor from the poverty line. It shows the depth of poverty but doesn't capture inequality among the poor. Alpha equals 2, squared poverty gap index, p_2. By squaring the income shortfall, this index gives more weight to the very poorest individuals. It is used to measure the severity of poverty and is sensitive to changes in income distribution among the poor. 2. Multidimensional measures. These tools go beyond income to measure deprivations in health, education, and other aspects of human well-being. The capability approach, championed by Nobel laureate Amartya Sen. This is a conceptual framework that views poverty as the deprivation of a person's freedom to live a life they have reason to value. It focuses on capabilities, what people are able to do and be, rather than just income or resources. For example, the capability to be well nourished is more important than simply having enough money to buy food. This approach highlights how factors like a person's age, gender, or health can affect their ability to convert income into a good quality of life. Multidimensional Poverty Index, MPI. The MPI is a practical tool based on the capability approach, developed by the UNDP and OPHI. It identifies poverty at the household level across 3 key dimensions and 10 indicators: health, child mortality and nutrition. Education, years of schooling and school attendance. Living standards, access to 6 basic services: electricity, drinking water, sanitation, cooking fuel, flow type, and assets. A household is considered multidimensionally poor if they are deprived in at least 1/3 of the weighted indicators. Basic needs approach. This approach defines poverty as the failure to meet a set of material needs, like adequate food, water, and shelter. It focuses on the outcomes of human welfare rather than solely on income. Qualitative and participatory approaches. These methods use surveys and interviews to understand poverty from the perspective of the poor themselves. They can capture subjective experiences of vulnerability, social exclusion, and voicelessness that quantitative measures often miss.